Welcome to the big one, folks, the video where we talk about the multiplayer in Civilization 6 for the Nintendo Switch. If you followed our build up to this game, or if you're one of the many people I've discussed this with in the comments, you'll know the multiplayer in this game has been a particular concern for me. There's nothing quite like playing against another human instead of the sometimes erratic AI. Today we're going to look at what we know for certain and what we can speculate about for the local multiplayer and online multiplayer on the Nintendo Switch. We know one of these doesn't exist for certain. As always, like, share and subscribe for more content, and let's get into the video. Also, a big thank you to Tesla Volta Games who pointed this new information out to me in the week. Firstly, let's discuss the big one, the online multiplayer. I'm defining this category as any multiplayer available outside of the same house, i.e. outside of a local wireless LAN connection. The beauty of writing this section is that it should theoretically be very short, because there isn't any. Fortunately for us, for some reason, Eurogamer had more joy receiving an answer to their emails on the subject than we did, and a few days ago attained confirmation that Civilization 6 for the Switch will not have online multiplayer on day one, and according to the article, won't be getting it in a later patch either. The 2K spokesperson stated to Eurogamer that Civilization 6 for Nintendo Switch includes support for local cooperative and competitive multiplayer for up to 4 player via a wireless LAN network. It will not have online multiplayer. This is something I've suspected and feared since we first saw the in Civilization 6 for Nintendo Switch up to 4 players can cooperate or compete for supremacy via a wireless LAN statement back in September. I'm really disappointed about this, and I know many of you will be too. It's a big part of what I wanted to see in this game, and to know we're never going to get it is just frustrating. It should be there, it's a big part of the full game. We'll talk about what that means for the pricing in a minute. The local multiplayer in this game we're less sure on, but we've got a pretty good idea. So let's start with the facts. We're certainly getting the 4-player multiplayer via a wireless LAN, so if you've got 3 friends with a Nintendo Switch and Civilization 6, just get yourselves in the same room and it'll all be fine. Then again, I think this type of scenario is going to be the exception to the rule, as most people aren't going to know enthusiastic Civ friends who will own a Switch and be buying this game. We are certainly getting this feature though. We are less sure about the multiplayer on one individual Switch, however. This screenshot taken from Eurogamer website suggests it won't have any, the number of players 1 bit. Let's break some of the possible theories down quickly. Firstly, split screen. It's been suggested to me that this footage from the trailers suggests split screen, although I can understand why it's possible to think that. In my opinion, there's just too much going on here for 4-player split screen. In handheld mode, the screen just isn't going to be big enough, and with everything we've learnt about the controls, you'd need 4 sets of Joy-Cons. I just can't see it myself. The second and frankly more likely possibility for multiplayer on one Switch is hot seating. It would work perfectly on the Switch with a small group. Just pass the Joy-Cons or switch if in handheld mode on, depending on whose turn it is, and it would be a fantastic multiplayer feature. It takes a little longer, but a short game with only a couple of friends would be great, and because it's the full game, surely it should be in there. To me, the part where it says numbers of players 1 is a worryingly good piece of evidence that it's not going to be there though. Surely they'd be making a big deal if it was, especially considering the lack of other multiplayer features. So close to release, no confirmation suggests to me it's not there, but we'll see. So we can summarise that the way the multiplayer is shaping up is disappointing and frustrating, and although I know for some people they're more than satisfied with the single player, for others this could affect their purchasing decision. I've already seen how a couple of you are unhappy with the pricing of the game as it is, so this news probably makes the situation worse. I don't want to discuss this too much until next Friday, when we know for sure the multiplayer features, but for now let's just say if the hot seating isn't there, it'll feel less value for money for me than I first thought. I know it's not a major feature for many, but for me it's a big part of what this game could be. So in saying that, I'm leaving it here for now. It looks like the only multiplayer we're getting on the Nintendo Switch is the 4-player via wireless LAN, but until we get confirmation I don't want to further criticise the game for not including a feature that could still prove to be in the game. Please make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you've seen any further information, either in support or in contrast to these points, please do make sure you let me know in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed today and are interested in seeing more content for Civilization 6, or just Civilization 6 on the Nintendo Switch, or anything else we cover on the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Additionally, go ahead and share this with a friend who's also interested in the game to get the conversation going on the topic. Thank you for your time today, and I hope to see you again in another video soon.